All right, in just over 2 weeks, Detroiters will head to the polls in a pivotal primary election. And this morning, we wanted to talk a little bit more about what it takes to put on a critical election like this, because it is a lot of work. For perspective, we've got 9 candidates vying to succeed Mayor Mike Duggan. He is leaving after 3 terms to run for governor. Now, the August 5th primary will narrow this field to 2 candidates before the November general election. This is really an important election, so everyone needs to pay attention. Let's talk about turnout. In the last mayoral primary back in 2021, turnout was 14%. It was 19% for the general election, and data compiled by Bridge Detroit shows 62% of the voters in the past primary were over the age of 60. By the way, you can already vote absentee, and if you want to vote early, that starts on July 26th, and it runs through August 3rd. So joining us right now to talk a little bit more about the primary is Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey in terms of some of the specifics, because I give you credit every time this comes. I feel like, right, it's almost like it's Christmas, but also at the same time, oh my gosh, there's a lot to do.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us a little bit about behind the scenes.
Thank you.
So let's start with that. Let's start with a little bit behind the scenes and also turnout, because that really is pivotal.
Yeah, absolutely. Behind the scenes, is election administration stuff. We have to make sure the ballot is correct. We have to make sure we get those ballots out to our permanent absentee individuals. We have to make sure that our equipment is set up and our polling places are ready. But we also have to make sure that we get those voters out, right? We also have to make sure that people understand that voting should be a community event. It's an opportunity to involve yourself in civic engagement, and so we want to have fun with it. So we know that,
right?
We know that early voting begins on Saturday in the city of Detroit, right? The 26th of July. So we're planning a block party. We're doing things different these days to encourage individuals to come out, have fun, make it a community event, connect with the community while engaging in civic engagement. So we have lots of activity planned. And most of the work is brought on by my deputy. He spearheads this event, our block parties, right? And so Andre is the mastermind behind it. And
That's what I was
why
going to
he's
bring
here
in
today.
terms of the idea, because I like the idea of a block party. I like the idea of the engagement, because I think when people are invested, they care more. They care about their community, they care more about their issues, and sometimes it's just a reminder to let folks know the great things that are coming on. So give me a little bit of behind the scenes in terms of the thinking of this and what you're hoping to get out of that.
Yeah, so last year during our presidential primary, we were thinking like, how can we get the community out, involved, and engaged? So we said, let's plan a block party. We partnered with the Detroit Pistons, we partnered with Live Nation, had a bunch of people come out. For the general, we had about 7,000 people come out.
That's great.
7,000. So what we're trying to do this year, something very similar on a smaller scale. Pistons, they're doing giveaways. We are going to have like gaming trucks for the community, carnival games. There's going to be like a yoga or exercise aspect to it. But we're trying to do whatever we can to get the community out, involved, and engaged.
When you talk to folks, Andre, just about this plan, what's the reaction?
Everyone's excited.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited. So we're touching the community, hands on.
That's what I can do. In terms of voter turnout, we talk about that. This is going to be a key to getting folks absentee early. Let's talk about day of. What's in store? What are you predicting? I guess if you're bold enough to say.
Well, Karen, we've talked a while now over the years about what I expect for turnout. And as the clerk of the largest municipality in the state, I'm going to always say I expect 100% participation. Now, reality says something else.
Right.
Our data says something else, but we do everything we know to do to get our constituents out to vote, to make it less stressful, to make it fun. So on election day, out at the polling locations, we'll have our partners with us, and they'll be engaging anybody that comes through there with fun coupons and little gifts.
Right.
Not for just the voters, but for anyone who comes through that area, right? We'll have a DJ at the precincts on election day. We just want it to be fun. We want people to come out. We don't want people to be stressed about it, but we want people to enjoy their community and their right to vote.
I think it's important too, just almost as a family event. I like that you're marketing that, because
Absolutely.
I know with my children, I think it's important to bring them so they see what the process is and see that their vote
right.
matters and their
Yeah.
presence matters.
And have fun doing it.
You know, I like that. Okay, any technical things that folks need to know just about, like, okay, election day's coming. What are some tips, tricks, advice to make sure that that voter who might be hesitant on showing up, what do they need to know?
Come prepared. I think come prepared. We send out a sample ballot in our Election Connection newsletter to every registered voter in the city of Detroit. And our intent is that you look at that and you make your decisions at home. So, and take that with you to the polls. So when you go to your precinct to vote, you already know who you're going to vote for. And that kind of helps move things along. Again, we're lighting up the atmosphere by having DJs and things like that. But people need to know also, I gotta say, they have to bring their ID,
Right.
A current government issued ID. But if they don't have that current ID, they can vote a regular ballot by simply filling out an affidavit saying that they are who they say they are.
And Andrea, how do we address voter turnout in terms of the younger generation? Obviously, I mean, we were going through those stats. I mean, the majority tend to be over 60 years old.
Yeah.
We need the younger voters.
Yeah, so we touch them where they are, or we catch them where they are. So we're doing things like this. We're partnering up with younger organizations, Detroit Young Professionals and others, trying to speak to them to see what their needs are and what will it take for them to get out to the polls. A lot of what we know is that we get our information from social media. So now we have a digital social media team that's posting videos every day. We're partnering up with the Media Services Department, trying to put as much content out there as we can to get people to see, all right, there's an election coming up. Make your voice heard.
Are you here? I was just curious, and we're not picking on candidates or profiling that per se, but are there any hot topics that you think are going to really drive people to vote for this mayoral election? Are you hearing?
Yeah, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to elect a new mayor, something we haven't had in a while, right?
Right.
We have an opportunity to elect new council members and new clerks, right? And police commissioners. We have an opportunity to make a difference in our daily lives because the local election matters in terms of your safety, right? In terms of city services and just your overall lifestyle living in a city. And we want you to know that you can determine how you live, basically, by voting in the municipal elections.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, but I want to put a big push on the block party, so we'll have to put that on our website.
Yep.
But what time does it start?
9 to 5 this Saturday, July 26th.
Okay, and we'll put all that on clickondetroit.com so people can check it out.
Absolutely. We hope to see you there.
I hope so. This is great. I love this idea. Good job, Andre. All right, everyone, but I know
Yes,
that you're working
yes,
on it. Really hard.
absolutely.
All right, thanks so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.